you feel about stratus might depend on the time of day. So stratus means layer, and they often form on a cold, damp winter's day. So typical English weather. Stratus clouds form sheets which can obscure the whole sky. So in the daytime, they prevent sunlight reaching the surface, keeping temperatures quite cold and generally preventing you from getting any vitamin D. At night, however, that sheet traps lots of radiation that would otherwise get lost to space and keeps temperatures a bit warmer. So, next time you're brushing the icicles off your nose on a cold winter's night, you'll be wishing you had a lovely warm stratus blanket. Stratus clouds are wide and cover the whole sky, which gives the impression that they're big and bad, but really their bark is bigger than their bite. Because they're shallow, generally the most that they'll do is drizzle on you, so at least there's that. Unless, of course, they're hiding another cloud layer above them, in which case it will rain on your parade. Sneaky! When there's a bit more activity in the atmosphere, stratus clouds can get thicker and meaner and turn into stratocumulus, where they build more layers and develop a bit of height. When that happens, bigger raindrops can start to form, and that can lead to much more intense rainfall. Stratocumulus are really common at the edge of an approaching weather front, which separates two regions of air that come from different places and so have different temperatures and humidities. Where those two air masses meet, warmer air gets pushed up on top of colder air, and all the water vapour in that rising air condenses as it cools, forming clouds. That means that stratocumulus usually sandwich periods of bad weather, and you can almost always use them to tell when bad weather's coming. Look, when you see the weather front coming, I can see the weather front coming. Clouds that are low down in the atmosphere, like stratus and stratocumulus, tend to cool the surface because they reflect lots of incoming solar energy back to space. In fact, they're estimated to reduce the amount of solar radiation reaching the surface by 4 to 7%. Because they're low down and contain lots of little liquid water droplets, these clouds tend to be bright white and therefore more reflective. So from the top, they act like mirrors. Pew, 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 pew. The jury's still out on what will happen to low clouds in a warming climate, but it seems likely that they'll become less prevalent, especially over the subtropical oceans where they're most common. Exactly what will happen will depend on when and where those clouds occur, and on the zillions of competing processes going on inside the clouds. If that's true, then having fewer stratus clouds will mean that more sunlight can reach the surface, warming it up in a positive feedback loop, which of course is bad news for the climate overall.